folks, and all the people who sent solidarity greetings for today. We had greetings from Naomi Klein and her husband in Canada, from Mark Thomas, the anti-arms trade campaigner, from the Tokyo Anti-War Group, War Resisters International, War Resisters League, CND in Wales, Stop the War Coalition in Scotland, CND in Scotland, and Stop the War coalitions in Spain, France, Argentina, and even far away, and New Zealand. And everywhere they're saying the same thing, which is that those of us who are opposed to war and opposed to the arms trade that fuels war have to stand together. It's literally 16 pages full of messages from every single part of the world. Some of the messages we've had are from people who are in their 80s and their 90s, saying that they marched against war, you know, when they were young, and that they're glad to see that there are still people doing it today.
Everyone's very welcome to come into the court. It's very important having people in the court there with you. I think it's important for the jury, for the judge, for everybody else to see that we're not in there just on our own. Something that we've always wanted to emphasise from the beginning with what we did in August was that we were doing that as part of the global anti-war movement that we've all felt a part of over the last 4 or 5 years. We didn't feel it was just a small action that a few of us undertook, and that movement needs to continue. We hope that if we get a victory in this court case, that this will give courage to everybody who's involved in the anti-war movement. And the most important thing, I think, coming up for us is the visit of George Bush here on the 16th of June, we think it's going to be. And I would really, the Raytheon 9, well, unless we're somewhere else, will definitely be at the front of that demonstration in Belfast on lunchtime, and hopefully maybe up at Stormont that evening. And I would encourage everybody to go all out to show that Bush is not welcome in Belfast. We need to show him that the people of Belfast, the people of Ireland more generally, are opposed to his visit and everything that he stands for. So I encourage you to get along to that demonstration as well.
Thank everybody for having come out here and support this morning. I know for some it's been a bit of an early start, particularly people who came from Derry and Dublin. I'm not just saying this in any just ritual way or for the record, but it's very important to us to know that there are people outside who are not so much supporting us as knowing that we are all together supporting the cause on which the Raytheon Act was undertaken. Over this past few weeks and months, we have been bowled over by the amount of support and expressions of support which we have received, literally from around the world. Some of them from very well-known and prominent people, Noam Chomsky, Tony Benn, Michael Moore, and many, many others. His names would resonate with you. And also from hundreds of people whose names we don't know, and organisations that we weren't aware of. People from New Zealand, from Northern Australia, at the Raytheon plant outside Darwin in Northern Australia, from Tucson, Arizona, where Raytheon has its headquarters, from Wales, outside Cardiff, where a campaign is underway to stop the building of a military training facility costing £14 billion, of which Raytheon has a 50% share. The anti-Raytheon campaigns also in Brighton, in Glenrothes in Scotland. And all these people have made themselves known to us, described what they are doing, and associated themselves with what we did on the 9th of August 2006. Christian groups, Quaker groups, Buddhist groups, people of all sorts of views were united in one thing, that they are resolutely opposed to the arms trade and to the devastation and cruelty and suffering which the arms trade brings down on so many millions of people around the world. We have come to feel and to know that we are part of all that. That gives us strength and gives us resolve. And it leads us to be certain that whatever the outcome of this trial next week or the week after, and whatever the outcome of the outcome, that we'll go forward in good heart and buoyed up by the fact that we know that we are not alone, that we are not in there on our own, that we are doing it with and for millions of other people who are carrying out actions themselves with and for us. We are not at all regretful of anything that we've done. Thank you very much for coming along here this morning.